Hello, I'm here to talk about a very serious matter, racism. Racism is a type of discrimination against a race. It is the thought of a race being inferior or superior to another. This thought can be based on skin color, face shape, or anything about physical appearance. Racism happens because of what humans think. Of course, some of us in the world like to be in a group with the same kinds as them. This could include skin color, eye color, and all these other things, simply because we fear things that are different to us, or what we normally see. To fear things that are different to us is natural for humans to do, but honestly, it shouldn't be done. Because we fear differences, we exclude them, and this can hurt. This is one of the causes of racism. Another cause is that there are people that haven't gotten the chance to see other people with different races. They just don't know any better. Maybe they've only lived with their own race for their whole lives. The last cause is that people are mean, ignorant, and often narrow-minded. Racists can be satisfied if they haven't hurt anybody. Let's divide human beings into two groups, the racists and the victims. How does racism affect the racists? They think that their race is better than another, so it will be hard for them to have friends or to communicate in everyday situations. For example, a racist would not want to sit next to someone that's different, so they would have to move places. But this is a really simple scenario. I heard a story about a person on a plane. She was very racist. It went as such. A 50-something-year-old white woman arrived at her seat and saw that the passenger next to her was a black man. Visibly furious, she called the air hostess. "What's the problem, ma?" the hostess asked her. "Can't you see?" the lady said. "I was given a seat next to a black man. I can't sit here next to him. You have to change my seat." "Please calm down, ma," said the hostess. "Unfortunately, all the seats are occupied, but I'm still going to check if we have any." The hostess left and returned some minutes later. "Madam, as I told you, there isn't any empty seat in this class. We only have seats in the first class." And before the woman said anything, the hostess continued. "Look, it is unusual for a company to allow a passenger from the economy class change to the first class. However, given the circumstances, the commandant thinks that it would be a scandal to make the passenger travel next to an unpleasant person." And turning to the black man, the hostess said, "Which means, sir, if you would be so nice to pack your handbag, we have reserved you a seat in the first class." And all the passengers nearby, who were shocked to see the scene, started applauding, some standing on their feet. The story shows racism gets you nowhere. Now, as for the victims of racism, it doesn't really go as shown in the story. They are hurt, and don't understand why people would hurt them because of their skin color. As time goes by, they feel smaller and smaller, which can cause suicide and other terrible things. Racism also affects its victims when they are looking for jobs. Some people don't hire Asians or black people just because the way they look, which makes it harder for them to integrate into the country and also to simply afford basic needs.
I think racism is terrible for both the victim and the racist person. The victims are hurt for no reason, and the racist person is hurt mentally and is probably sick because of all the thoughts he or she has.
I myself have been a victim of racism in my younger years. Some of the kids in my school did not want to play with me due to the color of my skin. I was left alone with no friends. Of course, this is not a very terrible scenario. Even though I think racism is bad because I think that all humans should have the same rights regardless of their skin color.
We are all humans. Every human is a human. Every human should have the same rights as other humans, regardless of their skin color, simply because they are human. Because the physical appearance of someone does not matter, their personality is what matters. Would you fall in love with a pretty person that's mean, hypocritical, and rude? Or would you fall in love with someone that you could laugh for hours, talk for life, and actually have an emotional bond with? If you choose the first option, please exit this video now. Unfortunately, not a lot is being done about racism. This is because racism generates from someone's thoughts, and it's hard to change someone's thoughts because that's what happens in their mind and it's not open to the world. If you think that someone is racist, try to understand why they are. Try to educate yourself, and of course, the other. If you think that they're still racist, try to talk to someone and explain the situation. Really try to understand. What do you do if you see racism happening? Stand up and stop it. Explain yourself to the racist person and why racism is wrong, because it really needs to stop. You ask, what's the point of this video? Well, really, it's just to let you know that racism is still out there, and it's only if everyone really understands what's going on that something can really happen. So, thanks for watching.